The Jailbreak raid is live in alpha, and I'm hitting a few targets to show you how to do it for instant repair in the first hour of the raid. If this helps you, go ahead and share with your alliance so it helps them too. Let's go ahead and get started. The level 102, you are going to spawn in the same way as the 100 in the previous raid, in sort of a cluster inside the trapped walls. That doesn't really matter, you're doing it fine. By the way, I am using a fully upgraded and built fleet. You got some nice build tokens from Kixeye today, so that should help. Also, I'm using a Sea Serpent's crew because the only damage you should get if you drive right is from penetrative. Full disclosure, if you auto this target with my fleet, I get about 26 minutes of damage, and if I drive the first time poorly, I got 13. So let's go ahead if we can't see any lower. This is my third time ever seeing the target, and one of those was on auto, so we'll see how we do. To start out with, you are going to just want to make sure you kill these two UAV turrets. Your sprints, not MDS3s, your sprints will shoot down everything completely fine, so not too worried about that. From there, we're going to want to get into the minimum range of the missile turret up here next. That one is again guaranteed damage to you. Your evade and your sprint are only so effective against it. There's another missile turret. You don't want to get into this range right yet, but we are going to run into this cluster right here. UAVs don't matter, but this corrosive one right here does. Make sure you stay out of the angular corrosive turret and duck inside the min range of the missile. You're probably killing it really quick anyway, so not too worried about that. Once you're able to get close and kill the corrosive turret, the next thing that you're going to need to do is keep an eye on where the red, longer range corrosive turret is. That's because you cannot totally outrange this. Before jumping into range of this one, you are going to want to make sure you are killing all the other random buildings around it, which could distract you a little bit, because that can be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to set up all the way off on the left here, loop in, and then loop towards the bottom, kind of like that, in a little bit of a triangle fashion. It might not die on the first round, that's okay. This is a little bit trickier to kill. Because I got all those random buildings, it looks like it did, so I'm feeling pretty good about that one. The next hard thing in the target is the ship, and this is the tricky part I picked up that you actually do pretty well in auto. You want to get close and trigger him by jumping into this corner right there and then moving out pretty quickly. Ideally, you're stopped before that, so you can use your speed bonus to save yourself from getting too much damage. For the next portion of the turret, you're going to ignore this red turret that I've highlighted, and you're going to want to get close to the other portion of the target, the top bit of the target right here, and jump into the range inside this corrosive guy, inside the second corrosive guy, and close to the missile minimum range here. That will let you hit a few different things, which is pretty nice. Now we do have a ship coming at you right here. I like to set those up pretty far away, maybe not quite this far. And what I'm going to do is face him and stop. As soon as I'm about to fire at him, charge forward right here. I wasn't fully spun up for that one, or fully charged up rather, so I might not have avoided all the damage. Same technique for the turrets, get as close as you can and make sure you're not going into the range of the next corrosive one. That's what I messed up on my first time driving this one. Go ahead and get close to him and then charge out. He's going to fire a few times, but it will hit behind you. Next portion of the target right here, and again, this is a UAV, so it doesn't matter, but you do want to make sure you avoid damage from the corrosive guy. Second UAV off here, again, that doesn't matter. A missile turret, get inside the minimum range of that one. You should kill it in one volley anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And kill the corrosive guy. Once that one is dead, you can head down towards the bottom of the target. It's been about 3 minutes so far, trying to get it done in the next 2 for sure. A few things down here, we have a missile turret, we have a UAV, and we have a corrosive one. I'm going to go ahead and get in range of a few of these and not actually be in the minimum range of the missile one because it's basically all on land. Just make sure you don't charge into the corrosive range, otherwise you're going to have a sad day. In fact, I'm going to come down around to the outside. Probably took an extra volley from this missile one that I didn't need to, but oh well, you'll learn on that for next time. Towards the top of the target, again, skirting wide around from the corrosive one. I don't want to get damaged by this here. We're going to see if we can get close to the spot right here, and we can. So I'm going to charge forward, kind of kite the corrosive turret, and get in range of the missile one. At the same time, hopefully the ship starts moving, because it would be nice to have him out of the way. So again, what I'm doing for the ship is I'm going to wait till he's almost right on me and then move towards him. Hopefully you're already facing him. I'm using Sea Serpents, which helps the turn speed, and that's the technique. You wait till right as he's about to fire, and then you start moving, ideally kind of towards him, or at least in the same general direction, so you have one component of your movement in that same direction, which will help avoid the damage. Last thing to kill is the missile turret. Again, there's nothing really you can do about this one, just get inside the minimum range, so if you don't kill it in one volley, which I actually do because of obliteration missile sensors. I only get shot at once. I'm not quite sure what happens if you use the more damage focused special. Pretty good run. Let's go ahead and check the damage, the battle report, and the build. A little bit of corrosive damage, I might have messed up somewhere, less than, pretty small amount here. Sum of resisted and taken is 8%, and for penetrative, sum of resisted and taken is 30%, so much more penetrative damage in this target than corrosive damage, at least if you're driving correctly. In terms of repair time, that is 10 minutes for the target, a little bit better than the 13 on my first run. As you can see, this is my third run in the entire event in the first 15 minutes of the raid. The build is shown here. I do have all my ships fully fitted out. I have 4, counting the flag as damage ships, and 1 which is just a regular ship right here, using sprints with a little bit of different specials on there to help account for the countermeasure reload and stuff like that. If this video helped you, go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment down below, and I'll be back soon with a level 103 video. I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members whose names appear on the end screen now. They're helping keep the channel running and are why I can provide things like the build stock. If you find that doc or these videos helpful and want to support, you can click the join button on YouTube. As always, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.